Hello guys. So I guess I'm taking a play out of Mark's playbook with walking around. I've thought about doing this before. I'm in Illinois still, and I actually kind of intend to stay in Illinois. And I'm at a park. It's called Allerton Park. I was here 2 days ago, for the first time in about 20 years, since I was a kid. But I wanted to come see an old friend, and I've talked about him in a video before, but there he is. So I parked over there, my little car. But this is Carl Mills, the sun singer. It's raining a little bit. I was here 2 days ago, and as snowing 2 days ago, you can see the snow is still up there on his big platform. With lots of deer poop around here. I don't think I'll see any though, especially not if I'm talking. We're in the middle of the woods, really. And I'll probably do a video at Allerton Park again at some point. But there is the sun singer. Doesn't do it justice. Video never seems to. But I was here 2 days ago, and I was the only one out here. I think I was the only one that had been out here, because I was the only one that had added footprints in the snow anywhere. But I've seen a couple cars out here. It's kind of cold. It's only a few degrees above freezing temperatures. Not all the snow is melted. It's supposed to be rainy this weekend. I'm recording this on Saturday. But oh, someone brought their dog, looks like. There's a trail right there. There's a trail there. There's a trail there. I'm not gonna be doing any of the trails now, it's too cold. I don't have any gloves. But, although I'm relatively warm otherwise. But this is Illinois. This is around where I grew up. It's been nice to be here. I actually should be moving here. I got a job. So I literally just finished as I was driving through the park. Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson. Which is the second book I've read by him, because I just finished Treasure Island end of last month. And it was great. I loved it. I think Stevenson himself said that this was his best novel, or his favorite novel of the ones he's written. And I could see that. It was really good. I really liked it. Apparently, I think Catriona is the name of a sequel that he wrote. I haven't heard much about it, but I think I might try to read that at some point too. We'll see. But either way, it's good to be in Illinois. So the book itself was talking about, and it takes place in Scotland, not Illinois. The book itself kind of deals with justice, and David Balfour has an uncle who's essentially robbed him of his inheritance, and it's kind of about getting it back, so that the demands of justice can be satisfied. But one of his buddies that he meets along the way, Alan Breck Stewart, he's a very likable character, even if he's kind of a rogue. He has his own sense of justice. His sense of justice in many ways is seeing that his enemy is killed. And I think this distorts things a bit. I mean, again, Alan is a very likable character, but I don't think that's perhaps the best understanding of justice. Either way, I mean, considering justice, I mean, it's perhaps a misunderstanding of definitions that we have such a hard time in this world. Interesting. Okay. I'm not going to go on this too far. I might even delete this part and when I'm sitting down and not distracted by the woods and stuff. Just listen to it. Might be able to hear the raindrops, but besides that, it's quiet. And I'm ruining it by talking. I believe this is a trail I came down when I was a child. That distinct memory I have, and I came around this corner to see the sun singer. And I'll probably go show you guys another statue too. That's about a half mile east of here. People are not just. People have a misunderstanding of justice, and that's not necessarily to say that I entirely have the perfect understanding of justice. But my understanding of justice definitely varies from other people's. So I moved my car over to, I think, the proper parking spot. The sun singer is behind me, although this lighting is not the best. Either way, justice is an interesting idea. I think it's highly tied to the understanding of law. I mean, I've been studying Aristotle this semester in conjunction with Aquinas, and Aquinas is lots of it's just based off Aristotle, taking Aristotle and making it more Christian, really. But his understanding of law is pretty much, well, a law is that which is made for the common good by someone who has the, or is in the, has the care of the community in their charge, and is promulgated, has to be made known to people. And essentially, if a law is not for the common good, then it's not a real law. It's a false law. Which, at least in the United States, I hear my dad say stuff like that, because if it's not constitutional, then it therefore has no standing, and we ought not to enforce it. And I mean, he's technically right. That doesn't really happen in practice. And that's very much in line with what Aristotle said, and Aquinas, by extension. That mostly might have been Aquinas. I don't know. Aquinas was just, some of his thoughts are like literally just Aristotle, but some of them are building on it. But Aristotle's generally his foundation, it seems. There's a lot of not just people. In fact, I think that even the legal system in the United States, at least, is terribly unjust. It's a shame. I mean, this might be TMI, but I was actually arrested over a year ago, last year, early fall last year. And it was it's been kind of rough in many ways. I'm doing much better. What was crazy to me was that I got a conviction. I actually got, I have a criminal record, which is something I never thought I would say. And now apparently in like 2 years I could get it sealed. So only like really efficient or whatever great background checks could find it. In 5 years I can get it expunged. And it's kind of weird to me to think about. Sometimes I think, woe is me or whatever, I do like the self-pity because I'm an Eagle Scout. I go to church every Sunday. I don't drink. Never smoked weed in my life. I mean, I don't drink alcohol. I never smoked weed in my life. I don't even really drink caffeine. I don't even drink coffee. Because I don't do anything like in that regard. I don't vape, never have, never will, stuff like that. Which lots of people my age do. Not everyone does, of course. I'm not saying I'm exceptional. But it's kind of like, that's not who the law is supposed to pick on. In many ways, I feel like I was outside of that. But, and what's weird it's been a hard time, I think, in many ways for me, because I know they were not just. I didn't do what they said I did. I won't go into too much detail, but I was convicted without a witness against me and with no admissible evidence against me. That's not justice. And so part of me thinks, I had every right and grounds to appeal, but I was so stressed. I've never been so depressed in my life than going through that I was just like, I just want it over and done with. I'm done with this, pretty much. And so I didn't. And though I think, maybe the deputy that was involved and the judge that was involved and even my defender and certainly the prosecutor, I think they did evil, if I'm being perfectly honest. And they certainly were not seeking justice. I don't know what they were seeking. I have a hard time understanding. But the sun shines on the good and the evil. Lord sends rain to everybody. And you cannot take away the free will of others. And even God would not do that. And even if I didn't deserve that, so it's not necessarily just, justice has not been done to me, I don't deserve a lot of other things too that are for my benefit, that are good. I didn't deserve them. And so although that, I would say, of course, I'm Christian. So I those are things that I receive because of the mercy of the Lord and his love, despite not deserving them. Now, of course, I think that's a better option than not getting, than being unjust, but getting shafted and stuff like that by the legal system. And that's actually, but it's worked out. I think it's been great in many ways, right? I couldn't find a job. In fact, so when I say I got a job in Illinois, I'm going to be moving here. I've been unemployed for about 7 months. People don't want to hire me. Part of that's because I don't speak Spanish when I was living in Arizona, but I have a record. And the first job I applied to in Illinois, I got a job offer. Now, it's only technically a part-time job, although it's going to be relatively close to full-time hours. And so there's going to be other stresses involving that. It's truly a mercy to be here. Now, I don't have my wife and children with me. Not yet. They will be coming hopefully not too long after. Hopefully not too long from now. I haven't started work yet. I start work on the 23rd. And then I'll have 2 days off because it's Christmas Eve and Christmas. But either way, I'll work Boxing Day and such. And that's great. That's amazing. I'm super happy to be here. I don't know if it's justice. I don't know if I deserve to necessarily be in Illinois where I grew up, but it's amazing to me. I get to come see the Sun Singer, and I'm super stoked to be able to show such things to my daughter and to my son. And maybe at some point they'll come say hi on my channel at some point, I don't know. But just like you've met my wife. And I'm excited to show my wife too, actually. She's not even been here since we've been married. We've been pretty poor, all things considered, and haven't been able to go across country. But justice is hard to find in many ways. It's, David Balfour ended up getting the justice taken care of. It was remedied by the end of his story. His uncle didn't really quite get the punishment that he probably deserved, but it worked out okay in the end. And now I got a punishment that I know I didn't deserve, but I get a lot of other things that are for my benefit that I don't deserve. And then there's an argument to be made that these things that have been hard on me can work for my benefit too. And that's perhaps another a video topic. But I get to see my brother. I've met 2 of my nieces, my older brother's daughters, that I've never met before. And they're 3 and 18 months old, and I never met them. And so I get to do that. It's amazing. I get to see my grandma, I get to see my aunts and uncles. I haven't seen my great grandma yet. I need to. And I'll see my papa, my other grandma, my mama. Like my mama is buried like 20 miles that direction. And then my great grandparents, the Fitzsimmons, and the great great grand Fitzsimmons are buried that direction. Some I don't know, probably 40 miles maybe. And it's great. It's great to be able to go see them. So yeah, this isn't my normal sitting, and I don't know how much I'm gonna do this. And I'm not sure I talked about the book that much, all things considered. But I kind of have a tendency, I think, to not talk about the content of the book. I just kind of talk about the thoughts that come up to me when I'm reading the book. And hopefully I didn't scare anyone away by saying I'm a convict. But it has been a weird experience. I think it's been a learning experience. I've learned a lot of things that I think I otherwise would not have. Maybe it will help me be more compassionate towards other people that have been, the system's had their way with them and what have you. I'm not exactly sure. But trying to make the most of it. And although I don't get to go on a cool escapade across Scotland, to get some like big manor and like inheritance or whatever, I get to be near the people I love, and I'm getting a job now, finally. Hopefully that doesn't get in the way of me making booktube videos in many ways, because I've been unemployed. That's one of the reasons why I've been able to read a lot of books. But either way, I've been Shanin, and I don't have my shelf with me. But I will see you guys next time. Please have a good day. I hope you're having a good day and having a good season.